Hello everybody, this is Urban Cascade for Let's Play Pokemon Yellow. We are here today in the Cinnabar Island Pokemon Center, and we are about ready to face off against the next gym leader. Yes, the 7th gym leader in the game. We're almost at the end. I did decide to bring back Trinade simply because Trinade's been with us this whole time. I feel kind of bad to put her in the box right now. At least until we see this through, until we reach the Pokemon League. Hopefully that makes sense. I put Frostbite up on the top of the group simply because this is going to be Frostbite's time to shine. And Ragnarok, I taught Ragnarok Fly in exchange for Slash. Because I had Slash, I had Rage, they're both normal type attacks. Rage, eventually, whenever you take on enough damage, becomes stronger than Slash in the long run. And Fly is a whole different type, and it's more or less stronger than Rage to begin with. So, there's really no reason to keep Slash and Rage when Fly is stronger than both of them. It's both of them. Hopefully that makes some sort of sense. It didn't make that much sense to me, and I was the one that said it. But I digress. I did put away, I did sell my nugget and everything. And I got 20 Ultra Balls. Simply because the last episode I ran out of balls. Yes. So now I won't run out of balls. Although we won't need them right now. So it's kind of a waste of time for me to go get Ultra Balls. But I digress. We're going to head on in there right here, right now. Let's do it. This is the 7th gym. This is Blaine's gym, the Fire Gym. Cinnabar Island's Fire Gym. This is the 3rd time that I've tried to record this. Got to the 3rd trainer. Like the first 2 times I got to the 3rd trainer, and I was so tongue-tied that I said, screw it, cut the recording, and start over. So the first 2 trainers, I know them pretty well. The rest of this is kind of going blind. I don't remember it all that well. But, yeah, I digress. Your best bet for this is to keep out a water type and a ground type, or anyone that knows a water type and ground type move. Ice type and plant type are not okay for this. Plain and simple. Anyway, this, as you can see, this is kind of different. I walked in front of the trainer and nothing happened. See? In order to fight the trainer, you have to physically talk to him or answer a question incorrect. Yes, question. What do you mean by questions? You see this little thing right here, this little wall that's blocking us off? Well, the way to open that is by clicking onto this machine over here. There is a question that it will ask you. You must answer it correct in order for the door to open, in order for you to not have to face off against any of the trainers. However, since I am fighting every trainer in the game, every gym trainer at least, I had to show you guys what you have to go up against if you get the answer incorrect. However, I will answer the question correctly, and I will give you a reason why you may get it wrong and what the reason why it is correct. Hopefully, that little ramble right there made some form of sense. Anyway, let's begin. Pokemon quiz. Get it right, and the door opens to the next room. Get it wrong, and face a trainer blocking the way. If you want to conserve your Pokemon for the gym leader, then get it right. Here we go. Caterpie evolves into Butterfree. This, if you want to get technical, no. Caterpie evolves into Metapod, who evolves into Butterfree. But in the long run, yes, Caterpie does evolve into Butterfree. I can understand you getting it wrong by saying no because Caterpie doesn't evolve directly into Butterfree, but the answer is absolutely yes, because in the long run, yes, it does evolve there. Eventually. Hopefully that makes sense. And the door opens, and we can go on through. However, I'm going to talk to the trainer. Even if you answer the question correctly, if you talk to the trainer, you still had to fight him. See? Now, every trainer here is fire type. Every Pokemon in this gym is fire type. I remember that much. Growlithe is one of the stronger fire types. It evolves into more or less the strongest fire type in the game, next to Charizard. But if you have Blastoise with Surf, you can make short work of him. Vulpix is the next one. Vulpix, I never really thought Vulpix was that strong compared to some of the other fire types. It is a fire type Pokemon, so if you've got a water type or ground type, you can make short work of it as well. But I don't know, it just never really struck me as a very strong fire type. Frostbite levels up and is going to learn Skull Bash. No, it's not. Now, Skull Bash is one of the strongest physical normal type attacks in the game. It takes 2 turns in order to use it. The first turn he lowers his head, but he's completely vulnerable to any attacks in that turn. He can get hit almost, it's more or less like wasting a turn. Instead of it being like Dig, where you go underground and you're invulnerable, or Fly, when you go up into the sky and you're invulnerable, you just stand there and you are completely vulnerable. Plus, it doesn't have that much PP. It is pretty strong, but in the long run, hitting the opponent 35 times with Tackle does far more damage than hitting them like 15 times with Skull Bash. No offense to anyone who likes it, but I don't. It's just like double edge in those other ones. I don't really like those. Anyway, I'm gonna show you guys a ground type attack versus a fire type. This is Ninetales, the evolved form of Vulpix. In order to evolve Vulpix into Ninetales, you have to have a Fire Stone, if I remember correctly. I may be wrong. But just like Vulpix, Ninetales isn't really that strong. Not that I think. I don't think it is. So you can make short work of it with a ground type or a water type attack. Anyway, that was the first trainer. The second one, this one right here, I don't really think that he has any purpose. You can fight him if you want, but I think that even if you get this wrong, he doesn't attack you. I think the only one that attacks you is this one. But I digress. I'm going to answer this question. Pokemon quiz, test your skill. There are 9 certified Pokemon League badges. No. I did not mean to press yes. Well, that actually gives me a chance to see if that guy attacks me too. There are 8 Pokemon League badges. There are not 9. My finger kind of slipped and I hit yes. But the answer is no. The Pokemon League badges are as followed: Pewter City, Cerulean City, Vermilion City, Celadon City, Fuchsia City, Saffron City, Cinnabar Island, and a mystery town that we have seen before, but I don't want to get into detail about that. Not until we actually go there. However, so the answer is no, there are only 8. Do not click yes unless you want to fight these guys. But, yes, I did slip, so these guys are going to challenge me. This is what happens when you answer a question incorrectly. Oh. The super nerd wants to fight. Now, unlike the other super nerds that use, like, Magnemite and all those other things, these guys use Fire-type Pokemon, of course. Ponyta is one of the fastest Pokemon in the game. It evolves into more or less the fastest Pokemon in the game. But when it comes down to physical defense and like straight on defensive measures, nah, it's not really that good. Charmander is one of the strongest fire types in the game simply because of its extreme attack. If I'm not mistaken, it's got the highest attack of the Pokemon, of the fire Pokemon. But its defense is pretty low. Plus, it's the first form of Charizard, so it's automatically going to be pretty weak compared to Charmeleon and Charizard. So if you hit him with a Surf or possibly even a water gun, you're going to take him down really easy. I've already explained Vulpix. Vulpix is not one of my favorite fire types. It is a pretty fire type. I do like Vulpix because of its looks. It's cute. It's like a little fox thing, and I like foxes. But I never really thought that was that strong. If you can prove me wrong, if it's really stronger than I think it is, then hey. Growlithe, however, I know is pretty strong. Growlithe is a fire type. If I don't have Charizard, I choose Growlithe as my fire type. As soon as I get it, it stays in my party. But since I have Charizard, I'm not going to use Growlithe. There's really no reason to have 2 fire types. All these guys can be easily defeated by a water type and or a ground type. And the super nerd goes down. Oh, so that guy doesn't attack you. Okay. Pokemon Quiz, test your skill. There are 9 certified Pokemon League badges. No. There's your answer, guys. You are absolutely correct. Go on through. I did not know that you could actually answer that twice. Anyway. This guy has no purpose, I guess. So, let's fight him. If you talk to him, yes, he does fight you. I don't see any reason why you'd want to. Maybe because, I answered this one incorrectly. That one fought me, but the other one didn't do anything. I wonder if he's just there to give me a hint or something. Nope. He's just there to fight you. He's just a red herring. I guess that they planned to give you another question, another door, but they kind of screwed it up. Either that, or they made it so that if you answer that question incorrectly, since that is a very easy question, that this guy would come at you too, but it didn't work. Unfortunately, it just did not work. Anyway. Vulpix. I've explained Vulpix over and over and over again. It's not really that good. If not, all Pokemon are good. Hell, you can do decent with a Magikarp. Not good with a Magikarp, I can tell you that much, because Magikarp only has like 1 attack, and if I'm not mistaken, it learns another attack. And no, I'm not counting Splash as an attack. That's more or less just a waste of space. But if you train a Pokemon correctly, it can become almost as strong as that god of Pokemon from the newer games. Arceus, I think that's what his name is. But anyway, he doesn't matter. That's neither here nor there. Ninetales, yet again, not one of my favorite choices for a fire type. I think that there are better fire types out there. If you like Ninetales, more power to you. Go ahead and use it. If I'm not mistaken, it's got a high defense. But compared to Charizard, nah. I'll stick with Charizard any day. Oh, hot, hot, hot.